Yo, what's up? What's going on? Thank y'all for tuning in to another D. Elliott live stream. Today we are doing the signs of a spiritual attack, which if you are one of the chosen ones, and this is going to be about balanced perception, which is pretty interesting. If you're on any kind of spiritual journey that you're going on, just know that you will get attacked and you will be tested. So be ready for it and understand that in the test, what are you going to choose to do? Are you going to run back to your vices, drinking, smoking, lusting, being lazy, whatever? Or are you going to push through it and understand that it's a test to keep your faith and remain strong in what it is that you're supposed to be doing and pursuing? Been out for a minute dealing with some stuff, but at the end of the day, regardless of what it is, you can't stop. You got to keep moving. You got to keep going. You got to keep it pushing at the end of the day, regardless of what it is. And me personally, that's just what it is what we're doing. So we're going to jump right into this one. It's a short video clip. Not clip, but it's a short video, maybe like 14 minutes long, but we're going to go through, discuss it, go in and out of it while we're doing it. So let's just go ahead and hop straight into the video and let's get it started. Let's go.
The journey of the chosen ones, individuals who are believed to have been chosen or called upon by a higher power for a divine purpose, is often marked by spiritual battles and challenges. These spiritual attacks can take various forms and can have profound effects on the chosen ones, testing their faith, resolve, and strength of spirit. Let's delve into the signs and manifestations of spiritual attacks on the chosen ones, the underlying causes, and strategies for overcoming them. Emotional turmoil. Emotional turmoil is a significant aspect of spiritual attacks, often manifesting as a state of inner unrest or disquiet that disrupts the chosen one's emotional equilibrium. These attacks can trigger a wide range of emotional responses, from sudden mood swings to intense feelings of anxiety, fear, or sadness. One of the signs of a spiritual
Whoops. I want to speak on this emotional one, this emotional turmoil, what he's speaking on, man. Just understand that this has no boundaries. There are no boundaries when it comes to the emotional turmoil. Whenever you're going through a spiritual attack, it has no boundaries. It'll test anybody, you, your children, your spouse, your parents, your family, your brother, your sister. It doesn't have any boundaries, and it'll test you in the worst way possible. But it's up to you on how you can remain steadfast in what it is that you know is right, and steadfast in what it is that you know that you're supposed to be doing, and keep a positive outlook regardless of what it is that's in front of you, regardless of how big the obstacle seems that it is to overcome. It's up to you to remain humble and positive in the situation at all times, regardless of what the adversity is. So you can think clearly and have a clear mind about what it is that you're going through and how to perceive it and how to persevere and come out victorious on the other side. But let's continue.
attack is experiencing intense emotional states that seem to have no logical explanation or trigger. These emotions can be overwhelming and difficult to manage, and may come on suddenly and unexpectedly. For the chosen one, navigating these emotional highs and lows can be particularly challenging, as they can disrupt the sense of inner peace and harmony that is essential for spiritual growth and alignment. Moreover, spiritual attacks can also disrupt the chosen one's ability to connect with others, leading to feelings of isolation, loneliness, or alienation. These attacks can affect the chosen one's relationships and connections, causing rifts or conflicts that are difficult to resolve. This emotional turmoil can be deeply distressing for the chosen one, as it may feel like they are losing their sense of self or their connection to the world around them. In addition to the emotional turmoil experienced by the chosen one, these attacks can also affect those around them. Loved ones may notice changes in the chosen one's behavior or mood, and may feel helpless or confused about how to offer support. This can lead to further strain on the chosen one's relationships, exacerbating the emotional turmoil they are experiencing. Apathy.
And to go on to what he mentioned, he spoke about inner peace. And inner peace is a really, really, really big one, man. Because you'll be at a point in your life where everything feels fine, feels great, and you don't realize how good things are, how good you have it. Because we always get caught up in our situations, and we don't realize like really how good we have it. We just don't realize it until a real problem comes along, which they will. There ain't no way avoiding it. Problems are gonna come whether you avoid them or not. And then your inner peace gets tested. It gets put to like a serious test. And once you actually have to deal with that test of your inner peace, and you know your inner peace is being tested when whatever it is that you're dealing with, you're constantly like thinking about it. You can't shake it. Like you can't shake it. It's always on your mind when you go to bed, when you wake up. You might even dream about it. Like it gives you anxiety. Like that right there is disrupting your inner peace. And finally, when you make it at that storm and come through on the other side, you have that weight lifted off your shoulders. You're like, like you actually feel like, man, like you actually feel grateful that you're over with that situation, that you're through that storm that you went through. And that right there will give you a sense of understanding of your inner peace and how precious and how important it is. But let's continue.
Apathy is often a subtle yet potent sign of a spiritual attack. It manifests as a pervasive sense of disinterest or detachment, where the chosen one feels disconnected from their usual sources of inspiration, motivation, and joy. While it's common for individuals to experience periods of low energy or motivation from time to time, apathy during a spiritual attack is often more pronounced and persistent. One of the defining characteristics of apathy during a spiritual attack is the feeling of disconnection from one's sense of purpose, passion, and creativity. The chosen one may feel uninspired or unmotivated to engage in activities that once brought them joy, and may struggle to find meaning or fulfillment in their daily routines. This can be particularly distressing for the chosen one, as they may fear losing their sense of purpose or direction. In addition to affecting the chosen one's emotional well-being and relationships, apathy can also affect their physical health and well-being. They may experience fatigue, lethargy, or a lack of energy, and may struggle to find the motivation to engage in self-care practices or activities that support their physical health. This can further compound the sense of disconnection and disinterest they are experiencing, as they may feel physically and emotionally drained. Resurgence of old bad habits.
And always remember something whenever you're going through a situation like this, how he said that you'll feel physically and emotionally drained. Always understand that if you keep your spirit strong, if you have a strong spiritual life, the spirit can handle what the physical and the mentally weakness can't. Like whenever you're physical and mentally weak, the spirit can carry you on. But if your spirit is broken, you're done for. So always keep that in mind. It's kind of like if you're ever into combat sports and you're in the ring fighting with somebody or sparring or whatever, and y'all are just like dead tired. Y'all are just like going on fumes, just swinging, punching. At some point, like you're on autopilot. Y'all are just both hitting each other, not even moving, not even ducking and weaving as fast. Like you're just going through the motions of just punching and kicking. And at that point, it's just a matter of like autopilot and who has more heart. You know, that's what they say, like a heart check. Like who has more heart to endure it? And you're on autopilot just going and going until you hear a bell ring. It's the same thing, your physical and your physical is drained. Your mental may be trying to tell you something, but you got to push past that to dive deeper to see this what was going to push you through that breaking point of you saying I want to stop, but you can't because the bell ain't ring yet. So always remember that if your physical and mental is weak, your spirit can carry you on, but if your spirit is weak, you don't stand a chance. Let's keep going.
The resurgence of old bad habits is a common sign of a spiritual attack on chosen ones. These habits, often thought to be long buried or resolved, unexpectedly resurface with great intensity, overwhelming the chosen one and undermining their spiritual progress. These habits could be anything from destructive behaviors, addictive patterns, or toxic relationships that once had a hold on the individual's life but were seemingly overcome. The sudden resurgence of these habits can be disconcerting and confusing for the chosen one, as they may have worked hard to overcome these negative patterns. However, spiritual attacks are designed to target the weaknesses and vulnerabilities of the chosen one, often exploiting their innermost fears, doubts, and insecurities. The reappearance of old bad habits serves as a test of the chosen one's resolve, pushing them to confront and transcend these patterns once and for all. The resurgence of old bad habits can also serve as a wake-up call for the chosen one, reminding them of the ongoing nature of their spiritual journey. It can be a humbling experience, encouraging the chosen one to let go of any sense of complacency or superiority they may have developed along the way. This renewed awareness can be a powerful catalyst for growth and transformation, as the chosen one rededicates themselves to their spiritual path with greater humility and commitment. Confusion and helplessness.
And bad habits, no different than your vices, you know. Don't go back into your old vices. When you've been spiritually tested, don't don't go into bad habits. That's not where your strength lies, you know. That's not where it is, that's not where it's going to be, that's not where it's going to lay. The resurgence of bad habits, something trying to push you to go to a pleasure, is never the answer. Always remember, stay away from pleasures. Stay away from pleasures. Pleasures are always going to get you in some kind of either trouble or cause you to be lazy. You know, there's two things you don't want to be: lazy and full of pleasure, because that at the end of the day, they produce nothing. Produce nothing. You know, it's okay to have a good time from time to time, but when you're pleasure seeking, like personally pleasuring yourself and pleasure seeking, like there is no longevity in that. There is no growth from that. There's no gain in that. So whenever you're faced with any kind of issues that are spiritually attacking you, just remember that. Always remember. Don't go into a pleasure. Smoking and drinking, that can be a pleasure. Lusting is a pleasure. Anything that is a bad habit or a vice, it's a pleasure because it's escaping you from the reality at hand. And what you want to do is strengthen your spirit, not fall into a vice. But let's continue.
Confusion and helplessness are common emotional responses during a spiritual attack on a chosen one. These attacks often aim to create a sense of disorientation and disempowerment, leaving the chosen one feeling confused and unable to make sense of their situation. The chosen one may feel overwhelmed by conflicting thoughts and emotions, making it difficult to discern the best course of action. One of the hallmarks of a spiritual attack is its ability to create confusion and chaos in the mind of the chosen one. This confusion can be particularly disorienting for those who have a strong sense of intuition and clarity, as it undermines their ability to trust their own inner guidance. The chosen one may feel torn between conflicting impulses, unsure of what is real and what is imagined. The sense of helplessness that often accompanies a spiritual attack can be equally debilitating. The chosen one may feel as though they have lost control of their life and destiny, and may struggle to find a way out of their predicament. This feeling of helplessness can lead to a sense of despair and resignation, making it difficult for the chosen one to take action or make decisions. Despite the confusion and helplessness that may arise during a spiritual attack, it is important for the chosen one to remember that they are not alone. They can seek support and guidance from trusted sources, such as mentors, spiritual leaders, or trusted friends and family members. They can also turn to spiritual practices, such as meditation, prayer, or ritual, to cultivate a sense of inner peace and clarity. By taking
And see that part right there where he said you can go towards meditation, prayer, and I forgot the other thing he said, but those are the things that'll give you mental clarity, that'll give you clarity. That's what you should turn to. That's my opinion. You know, I know a lot of people may have their own opinions on that, but that's fine. But when you're dealing with something of that nature that's testing your spirit, the only thing that's going to strengthen your spirit is meditation, prayer, and I would say physical exertion, physical exercise. You need to have that going on within your life in any time that you're being attacked spiritually, because that'll keep you away from pleasures. That should help keep you away from any laziness or anything like that. That should give you that strength that you're like, man, I don't feel like doing this. You feel mentally weak, you feel physically weak, but that spiritual strength that'll keep you pushing. Doing those practices will help you, and stay in a routine. Always stay in some kind of routine. Have a routine for yourself. And you know, whenever one thing is being taken away from you, then you double up on the others. But let's keep going.
proactive steps to address their confusion and helplessness, the chosen one can begin to regain a sense of control and empowerment over their situation. Disturbing dreams. Disturbing dreams are another sign that a chosen one may be under spiritual attack. These dreams can be intensely vivid and emotionally charged, leaving the chosen one feeling shaken and unsettled upon waking. They may involve frightening or violent images, themes of loss or betrayal, or encounters with dark and malevolent entities. In some cases, the dreams may involve the chosen one being attacked or pursued by unseen forces, leaving them feeling helpless and vulnerable. One of the primary purposes of these disturbing dreams is to disrupt the chosen one's sense of peace and well-being, leaving them feeling anxious, frightened, and disoriented. The
See, what it's telling you right there is that even in a sense of a spiritual attack, that even when you can get your anxiety and the pressure, you can get it under control when you're awake, but in your sleep, even your dreams will come and you'll be spiritually attacked in your dreams. And you'll have dreams of stuff that's uncomfortable, things that'll make you feel bad or awkward, or probably make you think a situation is happening that may not even be true. But when you wake up, that anxiety is there from the dream. You know what I mean? That anxiety that you had, that you was able to get control of and make go away. Now because of your dream, you now are stressed out, you know. Now your stress just came from you trying to go to sleep and be at peace, and now your peace from your sleep and your peace from awakening is being disturbed. And that's why you have to stay in a state of prayer, meditation, and some kind of physical exercise, or in a state of fasting or some state, because you have to strengthen the spiritual side, because it's an attack that's unseen, that you can't see, but you have to know how to combat it and get over this hump, get over this storm. And when you get through with it, continue the routine so you can be proactive and not reactive when it happens again. Let's continue.
dreams can also serve as a way for negative energies or entities to infiltrate the chosen one's consciousness, creating a sense of fear and doubt that can be difficult to shake. This can make it challenging for the chosen one to trust their own intuition and guidance, as the dreams may leave them feeling confused and uncertain about their path. Despite the unsettling nature of these dreams, they can also serve as a powerful wake-up call for the chosen one. They may serve as a reminder of the importance of maintaining spiritual protection and awareness, and of the need to remain vigilant in the face of negative energies and entities. The dreams can also serve as an opportunity for the chosen one to confront their fears and insecurities, and to deepen their understanding of their own spiritual path and purpose. Weekend praying practices. Weekend praying practices is a significant sign that a chosen one is experiencing a spiritual attack. Prayer is a powerful and essential spiritual practice that connects the chosen one with the divine and offers protection, guidance, and strength. However, during a spiritual attack, the chosen one may find it increasingly difficult to maintain a consistent and meaningful prayer life. One of the primary reasons for this is the negative energy or entity that is targeting the chosen one. These energies thrive on creating feelings of doubt, fear, and disconnect from the divine, and they may actively seek to disrupt the chosen one's spiritual practices. The chosen one may feel as though their prayers are not being heard or answered, leading to feelings of frustration and doubt. This can make it challenging for the chosen one to maintain their faith and trust in the power of prayer. Temptation of worldly gains. The temptation of worldly gains over spiritual growth is a sign that a chosen one may be experiencing a spiritual attack. In these instances, the chosen one may find themselves increasingly drawn to material possessions, social status, or other forms of external validation, at the expense of their spiritual development and alignment with their divine purpose. One of the primary ways in which this temptation manifests is through the lure of material wealth and possessions. The chosen one may find themselves preoccupied with acquiring material goods, seeking financial success, or achieving social status, in the belief that these achievements will bring them happiness, fulfillment, and security. This preoccupation with material gain can be all-consuming, leaving the chosen one feeling spiritually empty and disconnected from their higher purpose. Another form of temptation that may arise is the desire for external validation and approval. The chosen one may find themselves seeking recognition, praise.
And what he was talking about with basically the validation of having materialistic gains, like material gains being more important than your spiritual. And it's kind of like derailing you, because a lot of times if people are going through a spiritual attack, and if you're not in tune with your spiritual side, you're not gonna know how to combat it. You're not gonna know how to fight it, and you'll find yourself diving in deeper into the negativity that's plaguing you. And at that point, there's nothing you can do because you're not aware of how to defend yourself. So what that happens, if you keep diving deeper and deeper into the materialistic side, you might even be succumbed by the wicked that's plaguing you, but you won't even know it, because the comfort is where the wicked resides in. You know what I mean? Whenever you are in a state of comfort, that's usually where the wicked is going to make you feel like you're good, but in the long run, you're going to realize that you're in jeopardy. So, succumbing to material gains in the middle of a spiritual battle, don't do it. It's a time for you to step back. Step back, take a step back and figure out, is your prayer life right? Is your meditation life right? Is your exercise right? Is your diet right? You know what I mean? Because these are all internal aspects that's gonna help you and fight what's hindering you. Because everything about this of what they're talking about, it's an internal battle. It's an internal demon. That's what this is. And they come throughout life. You can't escape them. They're gonna happen. They're gonna come throughout life, over and over again. It's not if they come, it's when they come. And you got to be ready for it. You got to know how to handle it. You got to be ready. And a lot of times, sometimes it's going to be stuff that you never expect that would happen to you. And that's just something that you got to prepare for. So let's continue.
Praise or admiration from others, in the belief that these accolades will affirm their worth and value. This desire for external validation can be particularly insidious, as it can lead the chosen one to compromise their integrity and authenticity in pursuit of recognition and approval. Despite the allure of worldly gains, it is important for the chosen one to recognize that true fulfillment and happiness come from within, through the cultivation of spiritual growth and alignment with their divine purpose. This requires a willingness to let go of attachments to material possessions and external validation, and to instead focus on nurturing their spiritual connection and inner wisdom. Freedom against spiritual attacks. Freedom against spiritual attacks can be experienced when the chosen one's personal energy is aligned and resonates with that of the higher realms. When the chosen one is aligned with the divine, they are in a state of coherence, where their energy is coherent and harmonious, enabling them to navigate through spiritual attacks with resilience and ease. This alignment is essential for the chosen one to maintain their freedom and sovereignty in the face of spiritual attacks, allowing them to access their intuition, inner guidance, and wisdom to discern and respond to the challenges they face. One of the key aspects of maintaining freedom against spiritual attacks is the ability to maintain a high vibrational frequency. This means cultivating practices and habits that support the chosen one's emotional, mental, and physical well-being, and that allow them to stay grounded, centered, and connected to their intuition and inner guidance. This may include practices such as meditation, mindfulness, yoga, or energy work, as well as engaging in activities that bring them joy and fulfillment. Moreover, maintaining freedom against spiritual attacks also involves creating and maintaining healthy boundaries with others and with the energy around them. This means being discerning about the people and environments they allow into their space, and being aware of how their energy is affected by their surroundings. This may involve setting clear boundaries with others, or creating sacred spaces where they can retreat and recharge their energy when needed. The unseen battle. Spiritual attacks on chosen ones can be profoundly challenging, yet they also offer a unique opportunity for growth, transformation, and deeper alignment with divine purpose. By recognizing the signs of a spiritual attack, such as emotional turmoil, resurgence of old habits, or disturbing dreams, the chosen one can navigate these challenges with grace, resilience, and clarity. It is essential for the chosen one to maintain freedom and sovereignty against spiritual attacks, by staying aligned with the divine, cultivating practices that support emotional, mental, and physical well-being, and by creating and maintaining healthy boundaries. Through this journey, the chosen one can emerge stronger and more deeply connected to their divine purpose, navigating their path with a profound sense of purpose, clarity, and empowerment.
All right, so we're going to leave that one off. And basically, one of the things I want to leave off on that one is integrity. A lot of this has to do with your integrity. What are you doing when nobody's looking? That's the main thing. Are you going to keep the same? Are you going to be able to keep up what it is that you're supposed to be doing when nobody's looking? Are you going to cheat? But you're not cheating nobody but yourself, because a lot of people understand that with integrity, man, it shows on the external, because your integrity shines your light on the inside and brings it out of you. And if you're out here doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, or you tell people you don't smoke, but behind closed doors you smoke, like you're not fooling nobody. Like you can tell, you can see it. You tell people you don't drink, but behind closed doors you drink. You can see it. You can tell you've been drinking. You can tell you haven't been true to your word. You can tell, and you lack integrity. And your spirit and your integrity, they're one and one. You know what I mean? They come together as one. That's how you strengthen yourself, is your integrity. Are you gonna keep this? Are you gonna keep a prayer life when nobody's looking? Are you gonna meditate when nobody's looking? Are you gonna keep that same energy when nobody's around? Are you gonna still do the work when nobody is looking? Are you still gonna have strength in your restraint when nobody is looking? That's the integrity part of it, and that's the part that's gonna build your spirit. And you just got to be able to do that, and keep that in you, because you're not missing nothing when you gain pleasure. You're not missing nothing when you, I mean, it may feel good to be lazy, but you still got to do the work. Work is very important, man. Work is, if you're righteous and if you're honest about your work, you'll gain profits. But don't be jealous of when you see people out here making ill-begotten gains. Don't, because it's not long lasting and it's not fulfilling either. You could have the same life that they have, it just may not look the same, but the stress levels and the inner peace, you might have a way more peaceful life staying out of certain situations, staying out of lawsuits and being sued and dealing with courts and dealing with people trying to hurt you and harm you. Like, they may have a lot more money than you, but you're dealing with a lot more stress than they are, and neither one of y'all is stressing about bills. It's just that they might have more money than you, may be able to live a more fancier life than you. But at the end of the day, like, you have inner peace, you have no struggles, you have no stress. You may not be able to be as fancy as them, but you can still have a fancy life. But you may not be on that level, you know. So, with that being said, the integrity is, if you're gonna hit that button right there, yeah, we're gonna check your integrity. Yeah, that's how we checking integrity today. We're gonna check it to see if you hit the like button. If you hit the like button, I'll know and I'll see it. And if I don't see it, then whatever. So yeah, that's the end of today's show, man. Thank y'all if y'all tuned in and watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for the love and support. Thank y'all for watching the videos. Hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. Sitting down, watching these videos, thinning through, helps with the watch hour time. So I greatly appreciate all this stuff that y'all do, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I'm slowly growing and doing this and getting back on these live streams. Like I said, been going through something, but that's not the reason for me to stop. Just got to take a step back and readjust. But at the end of the day, you got to be here to help other people, and that's what it's all for. You're here to serve. So make sure you come out and serve others, because what else are we here to do? So thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Until next time, we out of here. And on that note, peace.